Most people never realize their income is being decided long before the paycheck arrives. It's being decided in quiet moments, invisible routines, and automatic behaviors repeated every single day. Not talent, not luck, not background, habits. And right now, whether you're aware of it or not, your habits are setting a financial thermostat, a comfort zone your earnings rarely escape. The powerful truth? That thermostat can be reset. And once you understand how income stops feeling random and starts feeling engineered, because high earners don't just work differently. They think differently, decide differently, learn differently, and most importantly, they repeat behaviors that multiply opportunity. The first shift begins internally. Most people operate from an income identity they never consciously chose. They inherited beliefs about money, success, and limitation, and then unknowingly defend those beliefs with their behavior. If someone sees themselves as just getting by, their decisions will protect survival, not expansion. They hesitate to invest in skills. They underprice their value. They shrink from opportunities that demand growth. High earners reverse this pattern. They rehearse a growth identity through action before results show up. They speak like decision makers. They invest in learning early. They put themselves in environments that stretch their standards. Each repetition tells the brain, "This is who I am becoming." And identity drives behavior. Behavior drives opportunity. Opportunity drives income. The moment identity expands, earning potential follows. But identity alone is not enough. Income acceleration demands decision speed. Average earners delay action, waiting for certainty that never comes. They overthink, second guess, and let opportunity expire while searching for perfect timing. High earners understand momentum beats perfection. They gather information quickly. They decide intentionally. They adjust as they move. Every fast, thoughtful decision builds confidence, and confidence compounds into leadership presence. Income flows toward people who move with clarity, because opportunity favors responsiveness, and responsiveness is a habit. Then comes skill compounding, the hidden engine behind income growth. Most people chase entertainment more aggressively than mastery. They want results without investing in capability. High earners treat learning like leverage. They build rare skills. They practice deliberately. They refine communication, problem solving, and adaptability. Skills stack. When skills stack, value multiplies. And income always follows value creation. The marketplace rewards people who solve bigger problems, faster, cleaner, and more effectively. That's not luck. That's trained capability. But skill without focus leaks energy. This is where discipline separates earners from dreamers. Modern life is engineered to fracture attention. Notifications, distractions, and instant gratification steal cognitive bandwidth, the very resource needed to grow income. High earners protect focus like an asset. They structure their environment. They eliminate friction. They work in intentional bursts. Energy management becomes a daily ritual, because sustained focus produces high-value output, and high-value output attracts high-value compensation. Then something subtle begins to happen. Opportunity awareness sharpens. Most opportunities don't arrive labeled. They appear disguised as conversations, problems, unmet needs, or uncomfortable challenges. People operating on autopilot miss them. But trained awareness spots patterns. High earners ask, what value can I add here? What problem is hiding in plain sight? Where is leverage? Opportunity is rarely created from nothing. It's recognized, then acted upon. And action converts awareness into income. Communication then becomes the amplifier. Income is directly influenced by how clearly you express ideas, negotiate value, and inspire trust. High earners speak with intention. They listen deeply. They frame solutions. They articulate benefits. Communication isn't just talking. It's influence. And influence expands earning capacity because people invest in clarity, confidence, and leadership energy. Finally, everything connects to long-game thinking. Average earners chase quick wins. High earners build systems. They prioritize consistency over excitement. They make decisions based on trajectory, not emotion. They understand wealth is a byproduct of repeated intelligent action. Time becomes an ally instead of an enemy. Daily habits accumulate. Identity strengthens. Skills compound. Focus deepens. Opportunities expand. Communication sharpens. And income rises as a natural consequence. Not overnight, but inevitably, because habits don't argue with results. They produce them. And right now, as you absorb this, your brain is already mapping new patterns. The question is simple. Will you repeat them tomorrow? Because transformation isn't found in inspiration. It's built in repetition. Small upgrades. Daily execution. Relentless consistency. That's how earning ceilings break. That's how identity evolves. That's how financial direction changes permanently. If this message is aligning with the future you're building, stay connected with the Motivational Audiobook Spot, where mindset becomes momentum and disciplined action turns potential into measurable success. Your habits are deciding your income. Starting now, you decide your habits. And that decision changes everything. Most people don't fail financially because they lack opportunity. They fail because they leak momentum. Momentum is the invisible force that turns effort into acceleration, and acceleration into income growth. But here's what almost nobody teaches. Momentum is not something you wait to feel. It is something you manufacture through disciplined repetition. Every time you delay action, hesitate, or abandon consistency, you reset your momentum to zero. And rebuilding momentum is always harder than maintaining it. High earners understand this instinctively. They protect forward motion like a competitive advantage. They don't rely on motivation because motivation fluctuates. They rely on systems. Simple, repeatable actions performed daily create psychological traction. And traction reduces resistance. When resistance drops, execution becomes automatic. That's when progress stops feeling heavy. It starts feeling inevitable. Most people chase big breakthroughs while ignoring small executions. But income doesn't respond to occasional intensity. It responds to consistency. The brain adapts to repeated patterns. When productive behaviors become routine, they demand less emotional energy. This frees cognitive power for decision-making, creativity, and opportunity recognition. In other words, consistency multiplies capacity, and capacity expands earning potential. Think about how most people approach growth. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect time, the perfect signal. High performers eliminate that waiting period. They act on schedule, not emotion, because emotion is unreliable. Structure is dependable. Daily structure is what converts intention into income-producing behavior. And once structure stabilizes, confidence rises. Confidence is not built through affirmation alone. It's built through evidence. Each completed action tells the brain, I follow through. Follow through builds trust with yourself. Self-trust fuels bolder decisions. Bolder decisions create larger opportunities. This is how momentum compounds. Not in giant leaps, but in disciplined micro-movements stacked relentlessly. And here's the hidden power most people overlook. Momentum changes perception. When you operate with consistent forward motion, people respond differently. You appear reliable, focused, intentional. Opportunities gravitate toward those signals. Because momentum communicates readiness. Tells the world, this person executes. execution is rare, and rarity attracts reward. But momentum isn't just external. It reshapes internal identity. The moment you see yourself as someone who moves, not someone who waits, hesitation loses its grip. You stop negotiating with comfort. You start prioritizing progress. And income growth is simply a byproduct of repeated forward decisions. There will be days when energy is low, days when results feel invisible, days when doubt whispers louder than discipline. Those are the moments momentum matters most, because action taken without emotional support builds resilience. Resilience stabilizes performance, and stable performance is what separates earners from wishers. You don't need perfect conditions. You need repeatable standards. Standards create rhythm. Rhythm sustains effort. Effort compounds into measurable gain. This is where most financial ceilings quietly collapse, not through dramatic change, but through boring, relentless consistency. When executed daily, small improvements transform capability. Capability transforms value. Value transforms income. Momentum is not loud. It's subtle, steady, and unstoppable once established. The key is refusing to reset. Every completed task, no matter how small, reinforces motion. And motion is the currency of growth. Ask yourself daily, what is the next forward action? Not the biggest action. Not the most impressive action. The next action. Then execute without negotiation. Repeat tomorrow. And the next day. Soon the effort that once felt heavy becomes identity. Identity becomes habit. Habit becomes trajectory. Trajectory determines destination. And financial direction follows behavioral direction, every time. If you maintain forward motion long enough, opportunity begins to accelerate toward you. Because consistency builds credibility. Credibility builds access. Access expands earning potential. This is how disciplined momentum turns ordinary effort into extraordinary financial outcomes. And as you build this habit, remember, you are not chasing motivation. You are constructing reliability. Reliability is power. Power attracts opportunity. Opportunity expands income. If this mindset is strengthening your drive, stay connected with the Motivational Audiobook Spot, where disciplined execution transforms potential into measurable progress. Keep moving. Momentum is already forming. And once it locks in, your earning direction changes permanently.